Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, hi again.
Hey, looks like we're live. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go at it like we're live because I think we are.
Okay.
Um, all right, cool. So welcome everybody to the channel. Very happy to have everybody here tonight. We're gonna be talking to a couple of different guests. Hey, we got comments already. Welcome to everybody who's in the chat. Guys, tonight we're going to be having a couple of different guests. We have Raj and we have Matt, and we're going to be interviewing them about their Speediance experience, get to know them as people, get to know their training history, and so forth. So we're going to be, along with interviewing them, we also have some great stuff for you. So this is the time to listen up. Tonight, Speediance on their website is actually 15% off. Using code Joey is going to give you another $120 off. That's Joey. Whitney's in the back room. She's going to be dropping the links and letting you guys know the code and all that in the chat. So keep an eye out for that. Tonight, for the first 5 people who order a Speediance unit, they're going to be receiving free gifts. Those free gifts are going to be hooks, ski handles, extender belts, and squat belt, all on Speediance, okay? So that's pretty awesome. Speediance is great for wanting to do giveaways and give back to the community. After those first 5 people, you guys are only going to be receiving hooks, ski handles, and extender belt. So you're not going to be receiving that squat belt, unfortunately, after the first 5. Keep in mind, when you purchase, you're not going to see these free gifts in your cart. They're going to be added manually, and the Speediance company is going to know to add those manually when you use code Joey, all right? So that's all the red tape. I'm very excited to get to know Raj right now. So Raj, thank you for being here with us, bro.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks for having me, Joey.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Bro, where did you get that shirt? Because I don't even have a shirt like that.
This is one of the positives about Speediance, right? That they keep us engaged. They keep running these events and challenges. I just signed up for one of them. I completed it, and this was my reward. So
Nice, man. That is excellent. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. I'm glad that you said that they're keeping people engaged, which I know is the case. They're keeping the community very engaged. Maybe before we get into your experience with Speediance, maybe we can get to know you a little bit, like maybe your age, what's your training history, and stuff like that.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm in my 40s, in my early 40s. Um, I've I've been in I've been in a good shape most of my life, especially in my 20s, and then with age, fitness kind of took a back seat. You keep thinking, yeah, I'm all right. I'm in good shape for somebody of this age, and it just keeps going further and further back. And then suddenly you realize, you're not where you should be, right? And I got a medical health scare just a couple of years ago, and that's when I started thinking about it seriously, and that kind of pushed me into buying Speediance, right? So and it wasn't actually till earlier this year that I started getting into it. So at work, there were a couple of like-minded folks who wanted to do something fitness-oriented, and we were thinking of what should we do. And then we came across this 75 hard challenge. I don't know if you've heard about it. So it's just a self-disciplined, self-governed program with a bunch of rules where you'll have to do 2 workouts a day, stick to a diet, drink a gallon of water, read a book, and take the progress pictures. So I enrolled myself into this one. I started maybe the 1st of February, and I saw really good results, right? And Experience really helped me with it because you have to do 2 workouts a day, and you can guess where one of those workouts came from. Right? So and that's how I got into it. So though I was really fit in my 20s, I kind of lost into it, and I'm getting back into it. I completed my 75 hard challenge, and then I thought, let's just keep going. I mean, this is not just a challenge that you complete, after 60 days or 75 days or 90 days. I think this is a lifestyle that I want to live, and I've just evolved, and I've decided this is how I'm going to be.
Man, that is awesome. That is beautiful. I'm sorry to hear about that health scare, but I'm happy to know that it got you on a good track. I mean, that's pretty good, because many people, when they get health scares, they kind of accept them, or they just go to the doctor and say, let me get some pills, or whatever the case might be. But you made a huge lifestyle change. Man,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that is excellent. Yeah, I think Speediance, I think anybody watching who is familiar with Speediance knows having a piece of equipment like this at home is going to make your training and your lifestyle completely optimized, because now you don't have to worry about traveling and fitting the gym into your life. It's already in your life at your home. So you must be doing really well with that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when I was doing my research, that was one of the things that made me lean towards experience, right? I think we have to keep ourselves motivated, remove blockers and temptations. And one of the blockers was getting yourselves up. I mean, I work out. I prefer to work out in the mornings. Getting yourself out at 5. I mean, if you have to go a full day ahead, you have to go to the office. Means you have to be up at 5. You know, especially if it's a cold morning, you have to bundle up, go to the gym, come back. Right, all that commute is easily going to take about half hour to 45 minutes of your time. Right, that you could be doing something for yourself. Right, maybe spend more time at the gym. Right, spend time with your family. So and that's what I did. I think Speedius is great. It kind of combines the benefits of a home gym and a smart gym, right? And the benefits of a home gym, like I said, you save on time. If you are at a gym, you don't have to wait your turn, right? You don't have to worry about if the person in front of you wipe down their equipment, right? It's more hygienic. Yeah, so I think the list of pros goes on and on. So that's the benefit of having a home gym, and speed it's definitely takes the piece of cake there.
Yeah, it checks the boxes for sure. So you said that in your 20s, if I understood correctly, in your 20s, you were going to the gym, you were doing your thing in a physical gym. So I'm curious to get to know your opinions when comparing a digital weight at home piece of equipment like the Gym Monster to an actual gym, other than, like you mentioned, the hygiene. What are your thoughts on like the training? What are your thoughts on using the digital weight to manipulate the way your body functions? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I love it. Where do I start? Um, Tracking, right? You can track how much you do, what body parts you work, when you worked out. I can just log into my Speediance, my account, and see how much I've lifted today, the past week, the past month, all year, or from the time I started working out with Speediance, right? I think that's great. It also tells me what body parts I work, where I'm lacking, and so on. I'm able to so those are just some of the positives, right? The other things I can think of are the weight increments. You can do it with if you're at a gym, you're probably adding, I don't know, 10-pound plates, 15-pound plates, or maybe 5-pound plates, right? So there's a big gap between where you are to where you can lift another 10 pounds more or a 20 pounds more, right? But here you can that increment, the progressive load can come in increments of 1 pound or 2 pounds, right? I think that's great. And the Bluetooth thing, I think I think that's awesome, right? You're all set. You are in position before you're absolutely 100% ready before you turn on the weights. Um, I think that makes a lot of difference. The spotted mode, which means you don't have a helper. You don't need a helper, right? If you're working out by yourself, you decide to go heavy, but you're a little concerned, worried, you turn on the spotter mode, right? And the machine helps you out if you're struggling. It understands, it knows if you're struggling, and gives you that last push. Uh, I think that's great. Um, what else? The other things sometimes when you're working out, you lose count, right? The machine is counting the reps for you, right? You do
Right.
10. Did I do 10 or did I do 9, right? The machine keeps count. It also gives you the option to keep going. If you're done with 10, it lets you know, hey, you've done your set. And it lets you keep going. If I want to do one or two more, it lets you do that. The best thing I think though is being able to customize my workouts, right? I wake
Right.
up, I go to the when I'm sitting in the bathroom, I know I plan my day, I plan my workouts. I know, okay, these are the workouts I want to do. It's not just the workouts. I add them to a program, to a custom workout. So I add them from my phone. I'm able to add the workouts that I want, the number of reps I want to do, the weights I want to do for each of those sets, how much interval I need to give between the sets. Right? I think that's awesome. All this is done in like 5 minutes when I'm in the bathroom, and I come down to the machine. It's already
Right.
there. Right? I turn on the machine. That workout said all I have to do is touch it and click start, and it's there. I think that's one of the best things about a smart and a digital gym. I think those are some of the things that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, that is a perfect description of exactly what this machine's doing. I just want to mention, guys, we got a free giveaway. Not to get off subject, but I just want to mention we got a free giveaway. If you got any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to drop a comment into the box. But if you want to enter in for that free giveaway, make sure to mention Raj's name. As you can see on the bottom of the screen there, enter Raj into the comment box for to enter into that free giveaway. When Matt pops on, we're also going to be having a free giveaway again. So we'll be entering Matt later on. But now, drop Raj, drop your questions, comments, and concerns. But back to what you were saying, Raj, I completely agree. One of the things that I find to be incredible about having digital weight, like you mentioned with the Bluetooth, just for an example, is the fact that I can take my sets to complete and utter failure. I don't have to worry about getting hurt under a bar. I don't have to worry about not being able to push that last rep and being in a dangerous position even when I start the rep. I can start and stop that rep whenever I want. I'm taking sets to absolute 100% failure every single time. And like you mentioned, you also have that spotter mode in case for any reason something goes haywire. That thing's going to drop that weight for you and it's going to save the day. Amazing
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah, and you can increase or decrease your weights at the tip of your finger too, right? It's not just turning it on and off. You can go up a pound or 2 or 5 or 10. You do the scroll, and it goes up increments of fives or tens. I think it's awesome. Just the other thing that just popped up into my mind is the updates it receives, just like your phone or a Tesla, right? They keep updating the software. They add new workouts, right? You come one morning, it says, "Hey, the next version is ready." It restarts, and there you go. They also collect feedback and feature requests, and they're very transparent about it. And they say, "Hey, this is going to come out in the next release, in the next couple of months," and they give us a list of all the things that comes out, right? So if you're a tech savvy person, especially, I think you'd really like that kind of transparency and the improvements. That's another thing that's going further.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed. You mentioned earlier that they've been that Speediance, I forget how you worded it, but you said that they show a lot of attention towards its users. The Speediance community has been great. And the community themselves, when they want to see something, when they let Speediance know, they implement it, which is amazing because so many different companies, they don't care. You can talk to the companies all day. What's the chance that they're going to listen to you? Speediance actually listens.
Yeah, I probably placed in the best way to say that, because I don't know if you've noticed, I shared my progress in the 84 days, the 90 days that I made. I wanted to share it with somebody, and I shared it with the Speediance community, right? The kind of response I got, the appreciation, the support was incredible, right? What more, the Speediance team made a program out of it, right? They called it Raj Transformation. It was so awesome. Every time I turned on Experience, I see my picture, and it says, "Hey, it's one of the top trending programs it's been for the last couple of months," which is awesome, right? I mean, that was a way of me giving back, saying, "Hey, this worked for me. Why don't you try it and see if it works for you?" Right? I mean, I think that's awesome.
That is so cool. So cool. Yeah. I mean, one thing that I love about this company is that they haven't, in my opinion, in my experience, they haven't been operating like a company. It's like they're operating like a group of human beings who care. And, you know, who wants to deal with a company? We want to deal with people. And so that's what I love. They're people, man.
Totally
I
agree.
gotta I got to check out your program because typically I'm in free mode. I don't use any programs. And I don't even like set up my own programs. I don't. I'm like way old school where I'll write my weights down, but I got to get into the programs to use them more just so I can teach other people about the programs. But have you, in your personal experience, have you ever found the preset programs to be challenging, interesting? Do you like them? What are your thoughts on those preset programs if you have any experience?
When I started off with Speediance, I wanted to try different things out. So for the first few days, I I, I tried some programs. I think they are great. Um, they have different programs to fit everybody's need, right? I mean, there is an initial assessment that you do. The system assesses your strength and records it. And any program that you sign, it starts recommending the weights that you should be doing those workouts at, right? So, which is great.
Right.
And the variety of workouts. I mean, if you just want to do morning stretches, you have a workout for that, right? If you want to do a post lunch, maybe you have just half hour between breaks to do a workout. They have workouts for that, right? If you want to do a pre bedtime workout, they have workouts for that, right? And they have different levels of it too. And there are filters that you can apply. There's beginners, there's intermediate, there's expert levels. So depending on your comfort level, uh, uh, depending on how intense you want it to be, you have options. So as long as you're willing to explore, and they keep adding on to, I think that's great. But because I have experience with fitness programs and working out in my past life, um, I wanted to be in a calorie deficit, and I had to work out 7 days a week, which is usually not recommended. But because I was in a calorie deficit kind of program, and because I was part of that 75 hard, I had to do a workout every day. Uh, I I came up with this program because I don't think I recall seeing any program that was 7 days long with Speediance. So I created my own, and the way I went about it was I had to work out every day, but I shouldn't get fatigued. I shouldn't. I didn't want my. I should also give each of my muscle groups enough recovery time. So that way, that's why I came up with this 7 day program where each of my muscle groups there's enough gap or space intervals between the same muscle groups or byproduct muscle groups, right? And I extended it for 7 days in a week. Um, yeah, so when you get a chance, please check it out. And if you have any comments, suggestions, please let me know.
That sounds fantastic. I love the fact that you touched on calorie deficit. Let me get into that in a minute. But first, I just want to point out that we got some pretty cool comments. We have AC Lever mentioning that's why you look familiar, talking about you, Raj. That's why you look familiar. Your program popped up on my list. I think that's so cool. And they saved it. So that means they love the program, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
And yeah, totally. Thank you so much, AC, for letting us know that. That is so cool. We also have another comment from AC talking about I use the custom workout feature and love it. I also like that I can search and save different movements. Absolutely, 100%. That's the beauty of this. Like Raj mentioned, he can be upstairs programming his next workout. It's just super, super easy. It's ready to go when he's ready. And Art, okay, cool. Art, that's right. Art, I remember. I think you were on the last live. Well, thank you for being here again, Art. I'm going to try to remember that. Art, perfect. But that's excellent. So let me ask you a two-part question. First, if you could touch on some of the specific changes that you saw within your body as you were transforming because you had that transformation period. And next, I'd like you to touch on the weight loss aspect, like you mentioned, calorie deficit, which is so important when we want to trim up and see the muscles that we're building?
Sure. Yeah. Let me start off with setting goals. I mean, this usually people think it's boring, but I think it's important. Uh, and I'm no saint. I started off that way too. I started off saying, hey, I need to get better. I need to get in shape. I need to look good in a t-shirt, right? That's how it usually starts. But those are short-term goals, right? I think it's important to have long-term goals. Mine are, I think everybody's should be, especially if you don't need it in your life, if your job doesn't need it, you don't really have to be lifting too much, or you don't have to be running marathons as part of your professional life. I think
Right.
we need to be working towards keeping a healthy life, living as long as you can with spending as much time with your family, with as fewer visits to the doctor's office as possible, right? And how do you make that happen? I think the best way is to eat clean, keep maintain keep your muscles, keep a muscle mass, convert the fat into muscle, right? That's the way, and keep your mobility, right? I think these are the three essential ways where you can make that happen. I'm no expert, but this is just what I feel and believe. So as long as you have these long-term goals and you work towards that, the short-term goals take care of themselves, right? Um, this is something that I realized after I started doing this program. So I had short-term goals, but now I don't have short-term goals, right? I'm looking at the distant picture and running towards it. So when you have this, then you don't have to worry about the maintenance phase, right? People get to where they want, they work so hard to get where they want, and then they kind of lose it because it now becomes a burden. It becomes a maintenance phase. I think you have to get there consistently, right? You have to adopt a way that's sustainable, and you're able to consistently do that on a day-to-day basis. I think that's where you have to change your lifestyle and not just make short-term adjustments to where you are. So when I first started this, well, and I think I went cold turkey. I did my diet changes as well as starting to work out on the same day, right? It happened at the same time, and I think eating clean is plays a significant role in a transformation, more so than working out. So I think we should start there, and it usually starts in the kitchen, right? When I started the transformation, the immediate changes. The first thing that I did was cut down on sugar, right? Added sugar, processed sugar, as much as I could. I started cutting it down. Right. Within the first week, I started noticing changes. Right. I mean, I didn't start losing weight or fat in my belly area, which is what I originally wanted. I started losing. In fact, if I remember right, I noticed it started losing from up here. Right. I started losing from on my face and my neck, and then my chest, and then maybe the upper part of my abdomen, and then it skipped the middle section, and then it went to my thighs and my back, right? That's how I noticed, and this is probably the last areas it touched, and it was very gradual. It wasn't overnight. It was painfully slow.
Right.
So that's what I noticed. I don't know if you've experienced the same thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The way you just broke it down is exactly what I've experienced. A little bit about me, I've gone from at my heaviest close to 300 pounds down to like a show ready 145. And
Oh wow.
yeah, it was a wild journey. I did most of that progress in 8 months, and then it got really hard to lose weight. But in that one specific spot, I was dieting so hard to get rid of that tiny last bit right on my stomach where you mentioned it. It's the hardest thing to lose. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the key thing is consistency. Right? You shouldn't lose heart. Just keep going. It will turn around. It will happen. Right?
Right.
So yeah, that was the first part. Sorry, what was the second part of that question?
Well, essentially, but before you jump into the second part was about well, the second part was talking about nutrition. So you actually touched on it. I did want to ask you about your cardio, if you did any or not. But first, I just want to mention, guys, one real quick. Don't forget to type Raj in the comments to enter into that giveaway. Very, very important. And if you got any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, like Art just mentioned, wow, drop them in there. Drop them in there so that Raj can hear your thoughts. You can learn from him, his experiences. This is really great stuff that we're talking about right now. And also Joey, code Joey, as you can see scrolling on the bottom of the screen there, it's going to get you $120 off of this machine, which is already discounted on the website at 15% off. So that's excellent. The first 5 people who buy, they're going to be getting a squat belt, ski handles, hooks, and extender belts. Everybody after the first 5 will receive everything I just mentioned except for that squat belt. You won't see the items in the cart, but you will be getting those items as long as you use code Joey, all right? So don't forget, drop Raj in that comment box. But Raj, the second part of that question was, the first part was, what did you see physically change?
Mm-hmm.
The second part was talking about that calorie deficit, essentially.
Right.
But you mentioned eating clean, which is super important. You mentioned cutting out sugar. So we can tell that this was kind of the route you took. Many people have different routes, just cutting calories, eating clean, everybody's different. But for you, was there any cardio involved? And if so, what type was it? And do you do any type of cardio now? For example, maybe with the rower on Speediance or anything like that?
I do. Like I said, I was doing 2 workouts a day for that first 75 days, and I'm doing a version of it now. So no, I don't do it every day. I do it for most times a week. So I work out in the morning using my Speediance, and then I go for a walk with my wife late in the evenings after dinner. We both take a 60-minute walk. They cover maybe 3.25 of a mile. I think it's a great way. It's a great way to close the day, to end the day. Gives us a chance to catch up with both of us working. I think we should, everybody, if it's possible, find a partner, and I think you should do it. Yeah, it's a brisk walk. I don't run. Sometimes I sprint, but for the most part, my cardio is just walking. I think it does wonders, especially when you are following a diet and working out. With resistance training, along with just walking, you don't have to stress or strain yourself too much. If you really love doing it, if you're passionate about it, I think go for it. But otherwise, if your goal or intent is just to lose weight, you don't really have to run. You don't have to strain yourself too much. I think walking really helped me. That's all you need. That's all the cardio that I do.
I love hearing it, man, because when I dropped that weight, I didn't do any cardio other than like just walks, or I'd go on a stepper, really low intensity cardio. And I love that you did that. I think that's one of the reasons why you were so successful so quickly. And the reason why is, guys, when you're bodybuilding, when you're on a calorie deficit, and when you're trying to live your everyday life, adding in a cardio day, while some people may be able to do that, it can be tough on your body. And so Raj, as he mentioned, he was essentially, and still is now, he's very longevity focused. You want to do something that's going to last. You don't want to just make a short-term change. You want a lifestyle. Same thing when you're trying to make those long-term changes last a long time. You don't want to burn yourself out running 2 miles to try to lose weight. Then later on in the day, you're bodybuilding. You're going to burn your body out, burn your mind out. Very sustainable way that you approached it, Raj. And I'm so glad that you were able to share this with us. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah.
Awesome. I see another Art left another comment. Let me just hit that comment. Walking was mentioned in the last live stream as well. How many miles do you do? And is that every day, Raj? Excellent question.
Yeah, 3 miles minimum is what we do. It takes just about an hour, 7,000 steps. Um, yeah, and I would like to do it every day. For the first 75 days, I did do it every day, but now I probably do it maybe 5 days a week.
Excellent. That is beautiful. Yeah, once you get to a certain point, you may want to taper back. That's the beauty about the lifestyle, right? You know when you need to do something based on what you're seeing in your life. I see Whitney's going towards that. Guys, make sure to comment Raj. Whitney's going towards that free giveaway. We're going to be having that free giveaway right now. But yeah, excellent. Super longevity focused. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for sharing all of this. It's such valuable information for everybody here. And Art, I just want to say that I don't know what your circumstance is, but something that helps a lot. Oh, Speediance one. That's great. Something that helps is if you can, working while walking. So I recommend a walker at home or something like that. Julianne Schindler, congratulations. You are the winner
Congratulations.
of this first giveaway. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. We got a comment from Ryan Bolt. My man Ryan's in the comments. I just want to read that real quick. Hey guys, hope you're well. And I just want to say, Raj, your story is so inspiring. And Joey, you look fantastic as well, my friend. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Speediance is for sure the way to go. Nice to see lives being changed. Absolutely right. When you see someone's life literally change because now you're healthier, you're more longevity focused, you're spending time with your family because you're doing something healthy like walking together. Absolutely amazing.
Thanks, Ryan.
Of course, man. Thank you, and thank you, Ryan, for that excellent comment. Thank you all for your comments. Art mentions that he likes to do 3 miles, but this heat is. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah,
No doubt.
that's why I walk like after 8 p.m. I mean, if time permits, if that works for you, 8 to 9 is usually when we go for a walk.
Perfect. Well, Raj, I'd love to keep talking with you, my friend, but I also want to get to know Matt, and we have probably Matt waiting behind the scenes. So, Whitney, if we could have Matt come out, and Raj, it's been such a privilege to get to know you, bro, and I can't wait to see your program. Really, honestly, I want to see this. I need to see this. Excellent.
Sure. Yeah. And thanks for having me, Joey and Speediance, and I'm also excited to see Matt's inspiring story. I think he lost like 100 pounds or something. I'm really looking forward to hearing his story.
Oh
But yeah,
man,
thanks everyone. It was nice being here. Thanks for having me. Good luck with everyone in their fitness journey.
thank you, bro.
Bye.
Take it easy. Matt, welcome to the show, man. Happy to have you here, bro.
Hey, Joey, how's it going? Happy to be here.
Man, listen, I wanted to like introduce you slowly and stuff, but is it true you lost 100 pounds?
Yeah, actually, I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm about at 120 pounds total as of today. So just keep pushing.
So how long? Everybody's gonna want to know how long, right?
Yeah, so a little bit about my background. I know Raj mentioned, a medical scare. And I think a lot of times we have that pivotal moment in our lives where something just changes. And, it's about survival for me. And my story kind of started back in 2017. I had a spinal cord injury. And it left me in a state that I was not able to really maintain any level of activity. And I just bottomed out. I gained tons and tons of weight. And I didn't do a lot for myself to do anything about it. I think there was a level of mental health and depression and just, I think I found, comfort and food and a lot of things. And I was always a little bit bigger growing up, and I think I was just susceptible to it. But I had to have a couple of back surgeries, and there was a point more recently, about 18 months ago, that I ended up in the hospital. I had severe back pain, partial paralysis, and went in and had some MRIs done. And unfortunately, I was too heavy for surgery. There was nothing that they could do but offer me an opportunity to do physical therapy to see if that would help. So, that was my options, So 18 months ago, I started going to physical therapy 3 times a week. During that same period, I found out that I was diabetic, type 2 diabetic, and had to make some changes, or I wasn't going to be around for my family. And that was the most important thing. 12 weeks, 14 weeks of physical therapy, I started noticing some changes. And for whatever reason, I started feeling better. And I decided that I wasn't going to go back to a lifestyle where I was miserable, where I was in pain all the time. And I wanted to ensure that I was around, to see my daughter grow up. And that was really what did it for me. So once I completed my physical therapy, I took it upon myself to just start going to the gym. And that helped. It was really intimidating. I didn't know what I was doing. But like a lot of people, I tried to make it work and really just focused in on my diet. I lost a good amount of weight, but there was always challenges finding the time to go to the gym, dealing with traffic and, obviously the financial piece of having a membership every month. Ultimately, I made a decision to continue on my weight loss journey, but I knew that I needed something that I could have at home. I wanted to find something that, checked a number of boxes, and I think eliminated some of the things that intimidate people often, when they go to the gym. And for me, the Speediance really just checked some of those boxes. It was innovative. I got excited, to use it. There's so many different challenges and so many different things that you can do to customize your workouts. And that's really just kind of helped me along the way, on top of, just finding ways to eat better and, control my diet. So after about 12 months, 1 year, I had lost roughly about 75 pounds. I had reversed my diabetes completely. And I started noticing some big changes. That's when all of a sudden my clothes didn't fit anymore. I was able to come off 3 different medications that I was already, taking for blood pressure and my diabetes. And that's when I started having some of the wins. I remember I live in Central Florida, and one of the best things about living here, besides the weather, is access to the theme parks. And that was another thing that we started doing, my family and I, to introduce another level of, activity, was to go to the theme parks. And I avoided them before. When I would go, I couldn't walk around in the parks. I would need to get a mobility scooter. And somebody my age, that was, really embarrassing, to be completely honest. And it felt great to be able to walk into the parks and know that I didn't need that anymore. And it was right around 12 months into my journey, I got to ride my first roller coaster again. And that has just been an amazing feeling. It made me feel like a kid again, so it's been an amazing journey, and one that, is going to be a lifelong journey for me. And one that I know the Speediance is going to, continue to allow me the flexibility that I need to make it a part of my life and, give me, additional success down the road.
Man, bro, I can't even congratulate you enough. That is incredible. And I mean, there's so many emotions in the story, like with the happiness and the sadness, and all at the same time. I'm trying to take it in and like process it. But you were able to completely change your life. And not only are you inspiring to us, I'm sure, but you're also helping to inspire your family, because now you're getting your family, just like with Raj, he's getting his family more involved with moving around, going to a theme park. That's going to help you lose weight right there. You're walking around, you're moving, you're getting out in the sun, in the air. You're inspiring everybody in your life by making these changes. And that is incredible. So congratulations. I can't congratulate you enough. That's amazing.
Awesome. Thank you. So I know you mentioned earlier, Joey, about you at your heaviest being around 300 pounds. And I weighed over 400 pounds. I mean, that was just the reality. And I'm below 300 pounds now. Still have some work to do, obviously. Not where I want to be, going forward, but it's taking some time, but it's making those changes, those small changes that we can stick with, like what you mentioned earlier, and not doing the burnout. And I think what makes the Speediance such a good tool for that is how fun it is to actually use. And there's something for everybody. I mean, there really is. And it really gives somebody who doesn't have any experience at all in a gym the opportunity to come in and start working out and start doing things to help with their fitness goals, all the way up to somebody who's a very advanced individual who's used to being in a gym. And I think that that's one of the things that keeps me inspired, is knowing that there's still things out there that are going to continue to challenge me for a long time.
Absolutely right. Something that that I thought of when you were mentioning how you first going, well, by the way, I'll get right back to it. But by the way, guys, don't forget, comment Matt in that box to enter into that free giveaway. And Joey is going to give you $120 off this machine. But I want to lose track. I want to get right back. Something you mentioned was, because this is a big deal for a lot of people out there. A lot of people, they want to go to the gym. They want to make the changes. They're afraid to because of what others might think. They go to the gym. They don't know what they're doing. I just met somebody just the other day, and she said, every time I walk into the gym, I'm intimidated because I don't know what I'm doing when I pick up a weight. And so that is this machine and the setup that it has, the weight manipulation, because it's a digital weight, the 1 pound increments, the space-saving capability, all this stuff puts you in a place to be in a safe place to learn how to train properly, to be able to put the features to use to train as a beginner safely, and to do it in the comfort of your home without any type of criticism from other people around you. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Even going to the gym in itself, right? I mean, it's the time to get there. But also, if you're going to the gym early in the mornings or late at night, there's always that piece of it too. And so not only are you in your own home, but you have the safety of your own home here too. And you don't have to worry about that intimidation factor, other people in the gym, waiting for other people to finish up any workouts. Those are all things that are certainly helpful for having that home gym. Another thing I don't think we've talked about it yet is the free membership. So we get tons of updates and content, and it doesn't cost us anything. We make this one-time investment in the machine, and it continues to pay dividends forward going, in the future.
Absolutely. And guys, what Matt brought out is true. You're not going to have a mandatory subscription in order to receive all the amazing benefits of this machine. But don't forget, that's not going to last forever. So Joey 120 saves you $120 on top of the already 15% off. You got no excuses here, guys. You got two very honest people who made changes using this machine, improving their life and their family's life all at the same time. And so go ahead, get into this while you have no subscription necessary, because one day that will change. But yeah, totally amazing transformation. And you could do it in the comfort of your own home, like you said. What are some of have you used any, I see free mode in the background, but have you used any of the programs specifically? And if so, what did you use? Anything specific for your goals?
Yeah, when I first got the gym, the Gym Monster, I did a few of the preloaded workout routines, and they were really simple. You load them, you pick them, you put in the dates that you want to do the workouts, and it's great because you can control a lot of that and see it through your phone app. So there's like that level of accountability. But because of my situation with my back and my injuries that I had before, there are some limitations to what I can do. And having had some experience in the gym and doing, an extensive physical therapy program, I had a good understanding of what those limitations were. And I was able to pull in and start building custom workouts. And so that's primarily what I use for my scheduled workouts throughout the week. I have 3 different workouts that I have loaded, and I do them at different days of the week, typically like every other day, basically. And then during the work day, if I'm not doing something, if I have a 15-minute break, I can run down and do the free lift mode, and I can just concentrate on a specific thing. If it's doing a bench press, or if it's going to be doing, curls, or, some other quick workout that I can do in 5 or 10 minutes and do a couple of sets, I'll run down and do that really quick. So it's a combination of things. And again, just that versatility that it offers is a huge plus for me.
Yeah, completely. So if I understand correctly, you work from home. Yeah.
So I work from home, and I live in a really rural community. So I actually just finished. We just moved into this home in December of 2024, so just recently. And again, that was another reason why I looked for a home gym solution, because I went from living in a metro to a very rural community where I didn't have access to a gym anymore, unless I wanted to commute around 30 minutes each direction. And that just really wasn't possible. And so that was definitely one of the things that was a selling factor, but also the mobility. So right now I have this set up in my garage, and right now it just makes the most sense. I can have access to this at any time. It folds up, so I still have plenty of room in my garage for a car, my golf cart, whatever else I have in the garage. It doesn't take up a huge footprint. And some home gym machines are just massive. And several people that are in our community have home gyms, and we all have our different routines, but we have our garages open and we work out. But I'm the only one that I can still get my cars in the garage.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Guys, this is just pure honesty and facts right here. This is what it is to own one of these machines. I want to hit the comments real quick because we got some great comments. I see Art. Thank you so much for sharing. Really, really appreciate it, because I haven't even read all the comments that you've left yet, but I know that they're going to be good. I can tell. These are well thought out comments. Thank you. Being kicked off a roller coaster for being too big is a low feeling. Yes, absolutely right. Art, again, I'm happy for you, and I'm sure you're a huge role model for your daughter and everyone else watching, 100%. Again, Art, the videos that show the movements are so helpful, and Art mentions buy this machine, like 5 exclamation points. I'm still in the beginning of my journey, but it's amazing. I'm not a paid spokesperson. Thank you so much, Art. And one day, Art, if you're interested, maybe we could talk to you, because I see you have a lot of joy and love for this machine and this company. Maybe one day we can speak to you and get your thoughts on your experience so far. And don't forget, guys, real quick, Joey, my name, scrolling on the bottom of the screen there, $120 off. The first 5 to order will receive hooks, ski handles, extender belts, and a squat belt. Everyone after the first 5 will only receive everything but the squat belt. Speediance is making it real easy for you guys to get going right. They're giving you tons of incentive. You won't see that stuff in the carts, but you will see it added. They will be added manually. So you won't see it in the cart, but you will receive it if you use code Joey. There was something else I wanted to touch on. Just give me one moment. I want to try to remember what it was. So having somebody who initially felt a little bit insecure about going to a gym, what are your thoughts on the Facebook community? Because I've noticed myself that Facebook community is a huge support system. You have some real knowledgeable people on there. And then you have people who have just received the machine and just want to know something simple. Have you found it to be valuable?
Yeah, I try to participate anytime I can. Anytime we try to, learn something new, it's always great to share our experiences and shortcuts and, share what works for us as individuals. And I think it's that level of engagement really helps motivate me to continue to, find and, try new things with Speediance. And, I love the updates that we get, from the Speediance group, and they share, the updates that they're working on. And, when we get on and we turn the machine on and it says we're going to do an update, it's fun to go back and see the changes that have been implemented and know that a lot of times we had influence on some of those decisions and those enhancements. And, we have ideas and we make suggestions, and it's great to kind of see it come to come to be part of the software and in the development.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I think it's so cool. We mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. I'll keep mentioning it. Speediance listens. And so what Matt's saying right now is 100% true. When a user mentions that they want to see something, Speediance is going to go above and beyond to try to see if they can get that accomplished, if it makes sense for the machine and the community. And so I always think about the fact that one thing that I can't stand about so many different companies that have smart gym equipment is the fact that they will not allow you to train without a Wi-Fi connection. They want to know where you're at. They want you connected at all times. They don't want to feel like they're letting you off that electronic leash. And I remember I texted Speediance a while back and I said, guys, not having this machine unable to operate when you have Wi-Fi only back then you were only able to train when the Wi-Fi was connected. I told them that I didn't like that. Many other users as well said the same thing. And they texted me back and they were like, you're going to see that in the next update. It's going to change. And now we can train without being connected to that electronic leash. Like, unbelievable. No other company's doing that. And it shows you that they care.
Yep, it's great. And I had some family visiting recently, and of course, showed off the Gym Monster. And my cousin was visiting with us, and he's very into fitness. He does boxing, and he's ex-military, retired, and it was great to have him be able to jump on the machine. He didn't have to create an account. He didn't have to be signed into Wi-Fi. He could just go into free lift mode and run with it. And it's intuitive as well, because like anybody who spent any time in the gym, it's familiar and intuitive, and so really easily able to pick up how to operate, change the weights, move between the different modes, whether you're in standard or eccentric, and how to basically set it up to work different types of workouts.
Something that you just touched on was standard or eccentric. I'm curious to know, what modes do you specifically use? The weight manipulation is just incredible. And do you have any favorites? And if so, why?
Yeah, if I'm really looking to challenge a particular muscle group, like right now, I'm really trying to take care of some of this extra flab underneath the arms and stuff that's getting loose. So really working on tightening up those areas. So definitely using the eccentric modes, anything that has to do with the arms and the upper body and the back. I definitely prefer doing that, especially if I'm wanting, an extra bit of challenge, not just on the up, but also on the down movements. It just really intensifies things, and you really have to pay more attention whenever you're lifting that way. And it really helps you key into some of the specific muscles you're trying to hit.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. Every time I ask this question, most people say eccentric. And what you just said is 100% right. You're coming down with a heavier weight. For everybody who doesn't know what eccentric mode is, you're coming on a bench press on the concentric portion of that movement. It's lighter. Coming down, it's heavier on that eccentric portion. And it's going to allow you to train more heavy in a safer fashion, so that while you're training, you're less likely to receive an injury. I know, Matt, this must really, really be helping you out because of these conditions that you were talking about that you have. This is going to help you train way through those. Even for me, in my experience in the past, I found myself, if I'm injured from whatever it is, if I get injured moving a piece of furniture or whatever it is, I'll be able to train through the injury and continue to progress because of that specific mode, allowing me to only essentially lift heavy on one portion of the movement where I'm stronger. So incredible feature.
Yep, agree. One of my favorite workouts is the low to high wood chop. It's just really helpful for, the back and the core muscles. And I know if with having the type of job that I have where I'm sitting at a desk all day, when I start getting sore and I start getting that uncomfortable feeling, I get up, I'll run down, I'll set it up, and I'll do just a handful, 10 or 15. And I immediately notice that the muscles in my back are starting to relax again, the movements, getting the blood flow, and all the things moving in my body loosen back up. And then I have no problem being able to finish out my day, comfortable. And it's just amazing how, even 5 or 10 minutes on the Gym Monster with a focus on a particular muscle group or an area that you're trying to work on can make such a big difference.
Yeah, 100% right. I was actually just thinking when you mentioned that, how when you're working and you get stiff and stuff, I've been doing a lot of driving lately. And so I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it out there, but when you do a lot of driving, you start to get tense, like right up here. And I love getting on a seated row, turning that weight on with that Bluetooth ring and just letting everything stretch. And it just feels incredible. It just loosens everything up. I just noticed we got another comment. Art mentions, sure, I'd be happy to come on and give his experience, maybe after 6 months or a year. I'm looking forward to it, Art. Please, I'm going to hold you to that. And Cassie, my good friend Cassie, thank you so much for this comment, Cassie. Matt, I only got part of your story, but I'm so happy for you to be killing this fitness journey. Yeah. This fitness journey, I mean, you are murdering this fitness journey. You are taking control of your life in every aspect, and you're changing your family's life too. Just like Raj, you guys are amazing examples of people when they have a home gym, what can be done. And not just a home gym where you can manipulate the weight to such specific criteria that you can work through injuries, train harder, more safer. It's just incredible. So, man, thank you, Cassie, for that comment.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is such a good feeling to be part of, even this live event today, to kind of just continue to see the good, vibes, the thoughts, the comments that are coming through. Really just helps motivate me. And, I want to continue pushing myself, and this is a big part of it. One of the reasons why, I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to come, share my story with everybody today.
Yeah, this has been an amazing experience for me. I'm so grateful, like Ryan mentioned earlier in his comment, seeing people's lives change. There's nothing else better than that. I mean, when you can take control of your life again, you can be out with your family again, doing the things that you want to do. Being able to be healthier overall, knowing that if for any reason you do need to get surgery or you want to go somewhere and do something, you're able to do it. Taking full control as much as we can as imperfect human beings, taking full control over your life. It's so empowering. And so you and Raj have both empowered, hopefully, tons of people. I mean, this video is going on the internet. You'll be empowering people for years and years and years to come.
Awesome.
So it's so cool. Were you nervous about coming on tonight? I'm curious.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I think the mental health aspect is just huge. I never really understood in the moment when I was so heavy and unable really to enjoy a lot of the things that, bring me happiness now, but just how miserable I was. I mean, anytime I got invited out to go somewhere, my thoughts always went to, is there going to be a place to sit down? Is it going to be outside? Am I not going to be able to do the things that everybody else is doing? And it was not, it was I dealt with it, and I continued on in my life and did what I could. But looking back now and being able to experience things that I've done 100 times before, but I'm actually able to enjoy them. Whether it's going to a theme park or going to the gym, or just going, for a walk with my family, all of those things. The first thing that comes to mind isn't where am I going to sit down, or am I going to be able to do the same things anymore? It's, are they going to be able to keep up with me? And that's one of the best parts of it.
Congratulations, man. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm holding back from crying tears of joy, genuinely. Ryan, we have a comment from Ryan. Absolutely incredible work, Matt. Keep up the great work. And we're about to get to the last giveaway. So, guys, type Matt in the comment section. Keep typing Matt to enter into that giveaway. And we're actually about to hit the giveaway right now, I think, if Whitney wants to throw that out there. I just want to say, while the giveaway is going, I was talking to a friend the other day, talking about when I was overweight, 300 pounds. And every single outfit I put on before, if I got invited out, every single outfit was not good enough because I didn't like the way I looked in every one. I was changing my clothes 100 times before I went out. And at the end result, what I finally wore, I was still miserable with myself. You're taking your life into your control. You're getting healthy. You're changing your family's life. Good for you. Congratulations. And thank you so much. And Raj, again, thank you for coming on, both of you. Really
Awesome.
amazing.
Thanks again for having us.
Oh, so happy to have you guys here. Such great examples. Let's see who wins this time. Maybe it'll be Speediance again. Yeah, there we go. All right. Speediance, you got enough stuff over there. You love giving it away. Let's go. Let's see who we got this time. Oh, Sangeetha. Congratulations. Congratulations on being the winner to this second giveaway. Guys, unfortunately, our time is up for tonight, but it's been so amazing getting to know the beautiful people of this Speediance community. As you can see, when you buy a machine like this, you're not just buying a machine. You're buying into a community, a family of people who actually care about one another. So thank you so much, everybody, for your comments, everybody for being here. A special thanks again to Matt and Raj. And we look forward to hearing from you guys again in the future. Hopefully, it'll be amazing to see your progress continue and be updated on it in the future.
Awesome. Thanks again, everybody.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.